Welcome to Kenny's Concepts, where the beauty of knowledge is our passion. On this channel, we share useful insights and tips to help you on your professional journey. If you haven't already, kindly like, share, and subscribe. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. So again, we're here with Steven, we're here with Chris, comedian, entrepreneur, both making significant strides in their craft, and we're just here sitting to speak about various things related to millennials and our pursuits for success and just happiness in life, right? And then one of the things that we really acknowledge and realize is that giving back and helping is key. It is, as far as I'm concerned and from a personal view, one of the top keys to success, right? Actually giving back and playing your role to help the life of someone else. What goes around comes around, they say, and it is so true. So on that topic, let's turn it over to Chris, and let's hear what he has to say as it relates to giving back and helping others and changing that mindset to allow for success and growth and development.
Yeah, so thanks, Paul. I think, on that note, I think, the first thing I'd say is we need to just change this perception of giving back. I think everybody is okay with it, I think, on a general basis. But it's what's required to be in a position to give back. I think we, frankly, to be frank, our expectations of what somebody that's in a position to give back needs to be at, it's out of whack, right? I think people need to be more realistic about, what you can give back and what position you need to be in to give back. Anybody can give back. And I think you need to think about it less in terms of a dollars and cents point of view, but just in terms of, perspective. Something that you go through as a person, just by the mere fact that you're able to make to tell that story about how you overcame. Somebody can see, similarities in a completely different story, completely different narrative that can validate them, that can, take it a step further, that can encourage them to, to act on a pursuit or something that they feel that's of purpose to them. So I think what, the first thing I'd say is that we have to challenge that notion or that perception of what people feel like you need to give back. Like you need a certain title, or you need, a certain number of experiences or a certain level of experience. I think, giving back, I think one of the biggest things is it's just relating to somebody, and then, relating on a level that obviously has value, mutual value for both of you. But then the third thing is doing it selflessly. So doing it in a way that, you're not really expecting anything back, but you're just, giving purely, right? Just for the sake of giving, just for the sake of, looking up for somebody else. Because, a lot of people, they need people to look up for them, right? And it feels good, right? As somebody that, tries to do that. So, that's the other thing I'd say is that, there's stigmas. It sounds weird, but there's stigmas around giving back, or I guess there are different ways that we're used to of thinking about giving back as this formalized program or something that needs to be structured. It can be anything that you conceive of, just as long as you feel as if it's something that speaks to your purpose, and makes you feel good. But at the end of the day, it helps somebody else to improve their lives, right? And to, makes it easier for them, right? It at least just alleviates some burden, right? Because, so that's probably one of the last things I would say is that a lot of people think that, if I give you $100, then that would go a lot further than a 1 hour conversation that we were to have. No, I think that's false. I would vehemently deny that, and I would say that people need to be completely aware of the fact that you need to give credence to your own experience.
The comedian, that's this guy. Right?
You need to give credit to your own experiences, and be honest with yourself and just know that just sharing that experience.
Focus, guys. Focus.
Hey.
Focus.
Bring it back.
Let's bring it back.
Let's bring it right back.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Vehemently.
Let's vehemently bring it back.
Let's bring it back.
Come on, Chris.
Right here.
Let's go. It's almost there.
You got it.
You got it.
So with that, I would just implore everybody to just be realistic with yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself, but also, think about things openly, challenge yourself, while also being realistic. It's a tough balance. I'm not gonna sit here and act as if it was as easy for me to just say that, right? As it is to do it. It's hard. It takes consistent work, and you have to be very committed, but you have to know yourself. And once you know yourself and you know what drives that passion inside of you, then that's the easy part. I think once you've had that all figured out and you know what's what, then what's to come after, or what's necessary to unlock that next phase of growth, it will come after that.
Nice. So two themes I'm pulling from what Chris just shared a while ago, and firstly, let's not overthink this process of giving back and providing value to others and helping others, right? It can be from anything, yeah? It doesn't have to be monetary, it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. It can be from your own small experiences and successes and things that you've gone through in your life, sharing a story, all of that can play a significant role in helping someone else. Yeah, so let's focus on that and remember that as we try to play our part in making the world a better place and spreading seeds of success around the world to help someone else. Stephen, what do you have to say?
Well, vehemently, I would like to say, all right, the first thing I want to say to Chris's point, it's not just about giving somebody $100, right? When people think of giving back, their first instinct is to go to charity, right? And okay, this person don't have a shoe, let me give him a pair of shoes. Now that is fine, right? If you want to give somebody some shoes, that is great. But it can't just be giving them shoes. That is not giving back. That is just you stroking your own ego. Exactly. I mean, like, look how I helped this man, right? If you really want to help somebody, you do two things. Either you change the situation around them, or you change their mindset about the situation, right? Exactly. And if you can do both, that's great. But try to do one, right? So a lot of people aren't in the position to change the situation around people. So maybe what you can do is offer a perspective to that person, right? So let's say you have somebody who's been going through a lot of stuff, and the way that they view the world is a little bit from a victim perspective. Maybe you, as somebody who has had certain privileges and had certain experiences in your life, you can start to impart that onto them, right? Because if you can see the world differently, then you start acting differently, and then your situations around you start to change. But it starts from implanting that new perspective, that new seed, that new thought. And that is what I think of when I think of giving back. Of course, it's great to give back. Like, as I say, if somebody doesn't have money to go to school, you pay for them to go to school, right? If you can. However, it can't stop there, right? You have to be there with that person to make sure that, okay, yeah, this person is going to school, but if they have the same mindset as somebody who is not in school, your money is being wasted, right? So you need to be able to make sure that you're cultivating that mind into something that will continue to produce results. And you can see the fine example of this with all these big charity companies around the world, right? Haiti is a prime example, right? When the big earthquake happened in Haiti, was there an earthquake or a hurricane? The disaster, whatever disaster it was that happened in hurricane and devastated the place, everybody was just like, oh, let me send money, right? Haiti is no better off today. Why? No one built any infrastructure. No one empowered the people. No one went there and was like, all right, let me give you trades, let me teach you how to do things. They sent a bunch of free stuff, and what that did was actually made Haiti worse, because the people there that were trying to create a trade or trying to develop their industry, you send the influx of free stuff, so nobody's buying from them. So the shoemaker can't sell his shoes because you sent a bunch of free shoes, right? So you have to...
It's almost the equivalent of giving a homeless person $100,000. and
right?
seeing
With the same mindset,
1 year later,
they're back on the street.
he's back on the street. But not only back on the street, worse off.
Yeah. And it's the same thing when you think of a lot of people who win the lottery, they end up in poverty.
Exactly.
Right? Because they have the same poverty mindset that kept them there in the first place, right? People, now this is going to sound, a little bit, but most times people aren't poor just because of situations. It's mostly of their mindset. Now the environment creates the mindset, but it's the mindset that keeps them there. So if you take that same person and you give them $1 million, the same mindset that they have that kept them there is going to bring them right back there. So you don't want to give a person all these shiny new things without teaching them how to use it. And that is what I think is the important thing of giving back, And as for us, like, I can speak for myself. I don't know about you individuals, but I'm not wealthy, so I can't give back anything monetary. But what I try to do is, if I see somebody that I can talk to and that is willing to listen, I can talk to them from my perspective and things that I've seen and what I've learned. And I'm continuing to learn. So anytime that I can learn from someone else and I can pass that information to someone else, I consider that giving back.
Nice. Yeah. Kenny's concepts, the beauty of knowledge is our passion, right? And that's a big theme that I've gotten from my two guests here, that it's all about knowledge. Don't think about making an impact in any monetary sense or anything like that. That's all well and good. If that's your choice, that's fine. But again, it's planting the seed of knowledge in the mind of someone else that they can use that to perpetuate success throughout their life and achievement throughout their life. And that's really the theme that we're getting at here, that it's all about the knowledge and imparting of knowledge, which at the end of the day we all own and can share, right? It's not something hard, it's not something elaborate, it's simple steps we can take to share that knowledge and insight to help someone else. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay blessed.